Welcome back to Keeping Score. This is episode 5, I believe.
Yep.
5, maybe 6. Anyway, there's our third member who has been absent so far. Is Brendan Dawkins, his brother, and he will probably be. He hasn't been available recently, but he will probably be in the next few episodes. So look out for that. But let's get right into the NBA, which
Not much. Yeah.
I think absolutely nothing. But gem or bust, Jonathan Kuminga to the Warriors. I don't know who that is.
He went to the G League. He was in the Ignite team.
All those G League players. I hate the G League.
So he's on the Warriors. I'm gonna say gem eventually, but his fit with the Warriors is pretty questionable just because.
Why?
He can't really shoot. He's more like a high energy.
I thought they already have
Green.
shooters. Why would they need to shoot?
Yeah, but what he does, Draymond Green already does way better. So.
Really?
So.
What position is he? Like an athlete?
Yeah.
Because Green's pretty slow.
Yeah, he's an athlete.
So he's like can
he'll
run
get
down
some
the
playing
floor
time and he'll be good, but he's not gonna shine until the Curry kind of Thompson Green era is a little done. And I still wouldn't be surprised if they moved him.
So the Warriors are supposed to have a good season, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So gem.
Yeah, I'll go gem eventually, but I don't think he'll shine right away.
Yeah, that. I really just don't know this guy, so I can't really comment that much. But just what I have seen, I saw a little bit. I think when he got drafted, like of his highlights. I can't really say I'm not a fan of the G League because he is playing against professional players, but is the G League more prestigious? Like, are you playing against better players in the G League than you would playing against like in March Madness?
Yeah.
But like in March Madness, you're playing future NBA stars. In the G League, you're playing not NBA players.
But there's still like some guys who are not like and I mean maybe
right.
in like when you get to like the Elite Eight, when you're playing like Kansas and Duke and teams like that, then you're probably playing better competition. And it's also the G League is more like the college game and the NBA game is like really different, like really different.
Yeah.
And G League is more similar to like the NBA style of play.
I see.
And it's just more like professional.
Well, then I guess I'm gonna have to go gem because I love a good high energy player, and there aren't many guys in the league anymore who can't shoot and do like everything else, which is I think good for the league. So I'll go gem, and I like the Warriors this year. I think he was the 7th pick in the draft, maybe, or maybe 8 or 7.
They had 14th also.
Who, the Warriors?
Yeah.
Okay. Who'd they get there?
I think Moses Moody.
Okay. Franz Wagner, I watched a lot of him, and he was elite in college basketball this year. I will tell you, in the beginning of the college basketball season, I almost guarantee you that nobody would think he was not only a top 10 draft pick, but even going to get drafted. I think he was definitely supposed to take a few years, if that, before he came. Had a phenomenal year, but I don't think he's ready. I don't think he's ready for the league.
Yeah, well, the thing is it really doesn't matter if he's ready or not because he's on the Magic. Like, they're not trying to play competitive NBA basketball
I know,
for
but
the next few years. I don't think he's going to be good either, but I mean, he has time to develop into it. So
he has time, but that's not what I'm worried about.
Yeah.
I'm worried about like a guy who, like, there are certain guys that can take 1 year and like in college or G League, whatever, and come out and be a star. He, I think, is not one of those guys. And I think that's not good. If it's a guy and he's not ready, I think he should stay. And I think it's going to hurt his potential, but I'm going to go bust. But
I'll go bust too, but I think he could end up being like a solid.
If he can get a shot, he's one of those super athletic guys and could shoot decently well last year. I think he could be decent, but I don't think he's a superstar or anything. Yeah. But I'm not questioning the pick because I get picking him in the top 10. I think he was going to go top 10 either way. But I just think for him, I think it wasn't a great idea for him to maybe go to the draft. I don't know. But I guess for the money. Not much else in the NBA.
Yeah.
In the NFL, just the preseason is coming to an end. Jameis Winston played a phenomenal game.
Really well.
He tossed 2 touchdowns, I think, and I think he only played 1 quarter and just played phenomenal. I still think that job's Taysom Hill's.
Mm-hmm.
I just... Because the thing about Taysom Hill is that he's that Jameis Winston doesn't offer is that if you go Taysom Hill and he can perform with his arm, you can't go Jameis Winston because he has he's a tight end.
Yeah.
He's a tight end playing quarterback. He's like Tim Tebow, basically. If he can make the plays with his arm, which I thought did pretty decently well last year, when Drew Brees got hurt.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I think the job's still Taysom Hill's, but Winston's playing pretty well. Still a QB battle in New England with Mac Jones and Cam Newton. They've both been getting a lot of time in preseason, more than they probably should, because of injuries and all that. Their last game, this says they won 35-0. Oh, right, I did see that. They won 35-0. I think both QBs played very well, and I don't know. I do know. It's going to be Newton, but...
I wouldn't be surprised if it changes, like, mid-season from Newton.
You wouldn't?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree, actually.
It depends. It depends.
Yeah, it depends on what happens, obviously. Newton was playing, I think, whatever, solid, like, subpar, and then just started throwing, like, 5 interceptions a game towards the end of the season, and it was a disaster. I think if something like that happens, they're definitely going to give Mac Jones a chance.
He got COVID, right?
Cam last year?
Yeah.
I think he did.
Yeah, I heard he was, like, pretty messed up from that. So.
Oh, and that's why he played played badly?
Yeah.
Oh, I actually did not hear that. That's interesting. So, yeah, I think it's going to be Cam, but I like Mac Jones. I like what I've seen from him. I wasn't sure about him. He's obviously was ridiculous in Alabama, but with
those receivers.
One of the greatest college football offenses of all time, arguably,
Yeah.
like all 5-star offensive line, like 3 5-star running backs, and the Heisman Trophy winning receiver, along with 2 other like top 10 picks. Wild offense, but he still was great last year, and he has been looking good this year. And Bill Belichick's just, he always knows he's just a great GM, and he's gonna coach Mac up, and I think Mac's gonna have a good little career. Injuries have been plaguing. I think they plagued a lot worse last year because of COVID, like especially during the season with Michael Thomas and Joe Mixon and all that stuff. But they definitely are hurting because in preseason is the thing, which I think is probably different with basketball. Basketball is also, you probably won't get injured as much.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing with preseason is guys who are playing in the preseason, guys who are playing in the summer league are guys from starters that are just getting time because there's less risk of injury. In the NFL preseason, guys are going 1,000% because it's not that, like, if you're...
It's your chance.
Yeah, if you're like Tom Brady and you're playing in the preseason, which he would never, but if he was, he would go light, just get his reads down, try to see defense. But when you're guys like ETN who just broke his foot or something, you're going full force on every play because this could be your only season. If you don't get the job, well, for running backs it's different, but still, you definitely want to prove yourself. And for all like the guys who don't play often, they're trying really hard to get a spot. So a lot of injuries are still happening. It's just like regular season football. And so ETN, one of the brightest stars in this draft, I thought was just injured his foot, and they say he's out for 2021.
I saw it. He's out. He's likely out for the full season.
For the full season?
Yeah, that's what
Oh
Adam
my
Schefter said.
God, that's so devastating.
Yeah.
That's like gut wrenching, not only for like the Chicago fan base, but like for because they were supposed to, I think, make a solid run if they got a QB. And they do now with Justin Fields. That sucks. That really sucks for them. ETN out, I guess, for maybe the whole year.
Mm-hmm.
With a foot injury in preseason. That's what happens. Let's just get into Jam or Bust now. We're pretty much through the top 10, I think. I think these are the last two in the top 10. Both Bama guys. Broncos pick Patrick Surtain, cornerback, with the 9th pick. I go Jam.
Yeah, I'll go Jam also.
Because he's one of those guys that's not like, I think he's got some decent speed. He's not like the most like fast, but he's huge. He's like the perfect size, and he's just really good in coverage and really good in like the physical. He's not only just good in coverage, he's so good physically. Like he can get involved. He'll like be pressing up, and there'll be a run pass to the outside, and he'll shed a block and get like in there. He's not afraid to get involved in run support. So I like this pick a lot. I thought picking. I think we went over who was the guy last week. The corner who got picked over him. I thought no way he should have gotten picked over Surtain. But Surtain to the Broncos, the Broncos have a really, really young, really, really good defense. Just a really young team in general. If they can figure out a QB situation, they'll be solid.
Was that guy did he play in the playoff against Notre Dame?
Surtain?
Yeah.
Yes, I believe so. And Alabama, I believe, dominated that game, correct?
Yeah. I mean, I think it was 31-14, but it was really like 40-0.
Yeah. And then the 10th pick, which a lot of people, the Heisman Trophy winner, a lot of people thought he should have gone earlier, Devontae Smith. You said Gem for Surtain. Yeah, I agree. Gem for Surtain. Devontae Smith, I think 100% should have gotten picked earlier.
Yeah.
Gem.
Easily a gem.
He's just so. Do you know the why he got picked late and why he's getting? It's because he's very, very skinny and he's a wide out. He's not like a slot receiver, and people say just because you can really like speed by everybody and
college. Yeah.
He's just an incredible route runner in college. That like a guy like Jalen Ramsey who's coming up at like 6'1", 190 is not gonna jam you at the line and put you on the ground. I still think he's gonna be great, but a lot of controversy about his size. I think he should probably, eat a sandwich or two, but
I'm sure he will.
I'm sure he will. Yeah, he'll do whatever it takes to get in. Like, gain weight, lose weight, whatever. That's what they all do, especially when they're just coming into the NFL, to be as successful as he can. But just a great natural route runner, great speed, great pick.
Yeah. I mean, watching him in college was, like, ridiculous.
Yeah.
It was, like, unfair.
It was, like, every that's the thing about Mac Jones that you think maybe he got all those great stats and all that, everything, just because he had all this offense, because you would just see him like on a post route just burn the corner like in double coverage and just sprint past the safety and it's like a free touchdown, just like lob it up. It just seemed, even in the national championship game, he had like 5 touchdowns out of something wild. It was like he was like a free touchdown every play. Should be good. Moving into the MLB, well, actually there's some COVID issues that have been in the NFL recently. I saw the Cowboys definitely may have even shut like their team down.
Really?
Because they've gotten like a lot of COVID.
So is that that team is mostly not vaccinated?
I don't think it's that. I think it's the new variants.
Oh, okay.
Well, no. I'm pretty sure every player in the NFL has to be vaccinated. It has to be, right?
Well, I saw in
MLB.
What's that? One of the like better wide receivers, I forget his name. He was like tweeting that he's like questioning his future in the NFL. It was DeAndre Hopkins.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he tweeted out. He was like, I'm questioning my NFL after they're forcing me to get this vaccine.
He doesn't want to get a vaccine?
I guess not.
Oh, but they are forcing him to get the vaccine.
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
So.
Leave the league. I mean, if you're gonna, you should probably get vaccinated so that the NFL can continue.
Yeah, I mean, how much he's making? Like a ridiculous amount of money just to get the vaccine.
Yeah. No, I don't think that's what it's about. I think he's like.
Well, I'm saying, would you rather not be in the league?
Right.
Obviously, he probably doesn't want the vaccine, but
right.
Saying if it's that or literally not get paid as much as you are, then.
Yeah, I mean. Yeah. So some COVID problems there. The Patriots also, I think, I don't know who, I saw somebody in the Patriots. As you said, Cam Newton got it a bunch last year. I think the Patriots and a bunch of other teams have gotten hit with it a little bit. I think the Cowboys are the only really team that have gotten hit really hard, but still not looking good for the NFL, which was people questioned having a full season last year in like the brink of towards the end, but totally like right in the middle of the coronavirus, and they managed through the whole season with some COVID issues, some shutdowns, but they made it through the whole season, and hopefully they can do that again this year with the expanded season, by the way. In the MLB, I really can't tell you. There's nothing going on. Playoff spots, I think, in the coming week or two are going to start getting teams are going to start clinching. I'm not sure if teams already have, but teams certainly will. The Brewers, I believe, are in complete control over the Reds, who've had an incredible season. I think the NL West is totally locked down that all three of those teams are going to get playoff spots unless the Reds can beat out, I think, probably the Padres.
Yeah.
And the NL East is starting to close in on the Mets, who...
Are the Mets in the playoffs right now or no?
As of now, not even close. I believe there's like 7 games back.
Jesus.
But that's just because we've lost probably 10 of our last 15 playing 10 of those games being against the best team in the game, teams in the game. Just lost again last night, 8-0, gut-wrenching. But we did just get... Javi Baez came back 2 nights ago and had hit 2 doubles and was a spark plug that led us to a 7-2 win over the Dodgers to not get swept. And Lindor just came back, so I think the Mets have a chance of making the playoffs. There's no doubt of that, but it's closing in on them. They got to get they got to get hot quick.
Yeah. Did you watch the game on Sunday? The Mets game on Sunday?
I watch every Mets game.
Okay. Well, do you ever see who like throws the first pitch?
Oh, I saw Russ.
Yeah.
Russell Westbrook.
Yeah.
He is really just settling into LA pretty nicely.
Yeah.
Did you like that?
Yeah, I saw him like throwing it around. He could he looked like he knew what he was doing.
I mean, I hate how all the players when they throw out first pitches, they just lob the ball.
I wanted to see him
I know
throw it.
because that's what I saw in the game, that he had played baseball before.
Yeah,
he was like a baseball player in high school or something. If he had gunned it in at like 90
awesome
and like
watch.
the guy with like no mask, like Justin Turner, just got like blasted back, that would have been funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's selling into LA well. I think the fans are gonna love him. But all doesn't matter unless he can contribute to a good playoff run, which he probably will. A championship run.
Yeah.
Not just a playoff run. They're expecting a championship. Have they? Wait. Did they win it with LeBron?
Yeah.
They did, right?
Yeah, in the bubble. Yeah.
In the bubble, right. That's 2 years ago.
Yep.
Okay. So there's not much going on in the MLB. One thing I did want to get into as the season's winding down is the pitching scandal. I feel like there's always a big scandal in the MLB every year. This year it was 100% the pitching, the sticky substances, the deadening of the balls, which like literally means they don't go as far. And apparently the league average, like batting average, for the entire league this year is 242, which I've looked it up and it's very low, and it's the lowest it's been since 1968.
And they're saying that that's because of the deadening of the balls.
I'm saying that.
Okay.
I think people are too. I'm not sure. I think certainly though that league average is down, home runs up. Players have developed a new form of swinging because of this year, where they swing almost in like some players, like power hitters, swing more with literally more of a downwards tilt, where they swing basically like an uppercut swing.
Yeah.
To get the ball out. I mean, with as strong as players are nowadays, they just keep getting stronger. But I absolutely hate this.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about deadening the balls? That's totally done by the MLB. They've cracked down on the sticky substances, but.
Well, I mean, if that's really going on, I feel like they'll probably get on top of it like they did with the other stuff with the pitchers, like
sticky substances.
Yeah, like they stopped that.
What do you mean, the deadening of the balls? You're saying?
Yeah.
Well, they did that.
Oh,
No.
I thought it was like illegal.
No. Like they deadened every ball this year so that it won't go as far.
Oh, okay.
And pitching is that a wild new. There's been.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. I've heard fans are like complaining that it's like more like boring now.
Exactly.
Less entertaining.
Because I want to watch home runs.
Yeah.
I want to watch balls getting hit out of the ballpark.
Mm-hmm.
I want to watch 10-9 games.
Yeah.
I want to watch 20-0 games.
I've heard some crazy ideas. Like some fans wanted them to like move the mound back. They want.
Yeah, I don't know about
They
that.
want more.
I don't know about
action.
moving the mound back, but yeah, I definitely want more hitting, more home runs. They should never have dead in the balls. It's great that they've cracked back on sticky substances. I think that it was important that they did that, but they also, I believe, they raised the seams on the baseball so that when you're throwing, especially breaking balls, there's more of a grip. You can grip it and you can like throw the ball on. You can curve the ball, and I think probably on a 4-seamer too. And spin rate's like the biggest studied pitching stat nowadays, where like if your spin rate is high, that means like you're gonna throw a fast ball or you're gonna curve a ton on your curveball. And spin rates have been going way up ever since the sticky substances and the raised seams. So they should not be giving advantage to the pitchers. They should always think about the fans, and the fans don't want to see pitching.
Yeah.
They want to see the greatest pitchers pitch even with all these home runs being hit, and they don't want to see the lowest batting average since 1968.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, as a very big baseball fan, we do not want to see that. And yeah, I don't like it. They obviously the sticky substances they've gotten rid of, which was good, but I think the balls have been being fiddled with for the last couple of years now. I think they raised it a little bit last year, deadened it the year before, and I think it belongs to be juiced up a little bit, I guess. And I'd rather see more home runs, more hits, more the ball getting hit harder, and spin rates certainly should go down. I'm fine with the raised seams, but I'm not fine with the deadening of the balls, certainly.
Yeah.
I think that about wraps it up. There's not much going on in sports, I don't think.
Well, actually, sources have just let me know that Mbappe wants out of PSG.
Sources?
Sources, yeah.
Which sources are
I have
those?
some inside sources in France who have let me know that he
Okay.
wants out and he is interested in joining Real Madrid.
Really?
Yeah.
Real Madrid?
Yeah.
That is... Well, because I think we were talking about this last week, that Ronaldo might want to go to PSG.
Yeah, like
Which would kind of be crazy. It's already like the reuniting of the old Barcelona with Neymar and Messi now, and that team, Messi, Neymar, all of them can go. PSG will still dominate the league, but I totally am on board with them bringing as many like star players over to the Premier League, because the Premier League's basically like the most competitive and the most watched league in the game, and adding to the Premier League I totally like it. I'd love to see Mbappe play, and Real Madrid would be pretty nasty. I hope if Ronaldo does leave, I hope he goes to the Premier League too. But yeah, so that's interesting news.
Yeah.
From your sources in France. All right, I think that about wraps it up for the episode. We'll see you in about a week, probably in a different setting, and with or without him, I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure
it'll be with him.
I think with you, and your brother Brendan will be with us then, and yeah, that's the end of the episode.